Hey guys, my name is Stephanie and my brand name is Vassiani, and today we're making this, okay? And it's half lined. Okay guys, let's go. Hey guys, this is Stephanie and today I'm going to be doing the half lined thong. Okay, the last one I did was for fully lined, and this one we're gonna do half line. Okay, so what I'm doing is so this is my thong. I redo it, but this time I am going to be right here, and this is gonna be curved. Okay, this is one piece. This is two piece. Okay, and we're gonna have a 1/4 inch added at the bottom on the right here. So it's gonna be cut like this. There it is. So this is the first piece, and this is the second piece. But this piece we want right up here. I need a 1/4 inch, and right here a 1/4 inch. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be using I can do it with this. This is going to be enough. Okay. So I'm going to put two different fabric that you guys can see it. Okay. So I'm going to cut. All right, so here's my little 1/4 inch. I just put it right there if you guys can see it. All right, so this is this one here. Now this one, I'm going to be cutting the I'm going to put the little 1/4 inch right here. And then right here, I'm going to put a quarter. Hold on. Right up top, I'm putting a little bit of 1/4 inch. See, because remember, I'm gonna be using I might use my serger. Okay, so okay, so it's gonna be right here, but I'm gonna find another fabric. So let me find black. Okay, guys. Okay, let's see here. All right, so there it is. So I have three pieces: the lining, the black, and the money print. Okay, let's do this. Here's the part that is curved. Okay, and here is this other part. All right. Okay, but then hey guys, so basically what I'm doing, I'm sandwiching the money print fabric. So the money print is going to be in the middle. The black is going to be on one side. and the lining is going to be on the other side. Now remember, you got to pin the actual money print and the black with the two right sides together, and make sure that the wrong side is facing um, yourself, okay? And then we're going to stitch, okay? So what I did was pin all three together, okay? And the curve, make sure that you line it up, okay? Because one is going to be dipped and one is going to be curved. So you're going to go and do and sew the actual the quarter inches that we add on. Remember to take your time and slowly stitch and take out the pins while you're doing that, okay? I'm gonna make this big for you guys to see this, okay? Guys, zigzag it. There it is. Zigzag. Okay. And now we're going to turn it like this. Okay. So remember, this is not lined, only the thong part. So here it is. All right. Okay. What I normally do, I come right here and then I stitch it down. Remember, guys, this liner that I have is, when I tell you it's slippery, it's so slippery. So it's nice to just stitch it down so that you don't have issues with it. Okay. So let me show you now. So here's the thong. This is the thong part. Or even if it's net, say you're doing net here and a solid color here, and it's covered, you line it. So I stitch it down, okay, and then we're gonna use for braided elastic. And let's do this, okay, guys? Right on here, and okay, I stitch it down, okay. I'm going to stitch this one down. There it is. I'm going to stitch the other side. Let me back up a little bit for you guys to see. So I stitch it down. All right. So guys, all I use is the braided elastic, and this is my thong, and the back is black, the top is money print, okay, and I put the liner in, and now we're going to turn this over like this. I'm going to stitch it down, and we're going to stitch it down so that the white doesn't show. Okay, meaning this white doesn't show. All right, so we're going to put it like this, and then we're just going to be on the edge. All right. Okay, guys, so I put it over so that you don't see the white. The white is covered. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, guys, let's look at this together. So every time I sew these, I'm showing you guys different tips and tricks. Now, you can sew the elastic in the middle and you get 2 lines. You can sew them at the edge where it's right here and here, and it's like this. So I'm showing 2 different. That's one with the elastic sewn at the side, and this is elastic sewn in the middle. What I mean is that, you remember when I put the elastic down and sew, I can sew at the edge of the elastic, and then the other one I can just put it in the middle, meaning that I sew right on this edge, or I can sew it in the middle. So I sew it in the middle, I sew it on the edge. All right, so it depends on how you want your seams, your inside to look. Okay, but both of them is still acceptable, because guess what, you wouldn't be using black, or you could have used tan, you could have used green, you know. Now the back, here's the front. Okay, it's the same size, because it's the same size. It's a 3/8 elastic, and then when you zigzag it, it's not showing. There it is. When you zigzag, it's not showing. Okay, and here's the half line, and here's the bottom. You can just take this out, because I'm telling you, this okay, there it is in the inside. Okay, now let us finish this up. So I was thinking about doing a let us put a band on this. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you guys to put a band. Okay, a different way of making this okay. So I have this, guys, so I don't want to go all the way around. Okay, so I'm just gonna make it like at 16 inches. Okay, okay, okay. So this is what I'm gonna be doing here. Here's the middle. That's the middle right there. Okay, and then here's the middle for this. Okay, we're gonna put this down on top of it. So right here, I want it right on top in the middle. So here's my middle. That's the middle. Okay. This need to cool down a little bit. Sometimes you can look at it and you can see, hey, just want to go down. So there it is. And we're just gonna stitch. All right, let's do that. So guys, we're gonna stitch the first one on here first. going to stitch right here first, so let's do that. Okay. Okay, so here's the first one, and then we're going to put it on top again. This time I'm going to okay, so I'm just doing it right. And there's the second one. So I just do two. Okay. Okay. Now I'm just gonna do this at the side. Okay. This at the side, like this. Okay. Try to make sure it's not that long, you know. So I'm just going to here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. And then what I'm just gonna do is down here. Okay. Because I don't want it really too long. Okay, so okay. So, all right, let's go ahead and neaten this up. This for the other side. Yeah. So remember, let's recap. This is my thong. I make it over again and cut right here because this is where my crotch is. All of this from my crotch goes straight around to the bottom area, and I want from here lined. Okay, so here I did one cut for the money print, which is this part, and then the other point right here, and I curve it. Okay, and this is for my to go under my private area, because that's the part I am lining. Okay, and then as you see, I sew, and it's like a sandwich. I put this in the front and the black in the back and the money print in the middle, and then I stitch. And then what I do is I stitch down here because I don't want it running all over the place. And then I put on my 5/8 braided elastic, stitch it down. You can stitch it in the middle or you can stitch it at the side, whichever one you prefer. Okay. Then, and it is lined. All right. And now we're gonna make our string for us to push through. This is finished. All right, let's turn it over with our loop turner. Let's turn it over with our loop turner. There's a loop turner. Make sure this is even. Make sure this is even. Okay. Okay, guys, so these elastic, which is this elastic, is very nice for the dance wear when you really want it to be very skimpy. Okay, but if you know you paid $10 for this, you're getting 72 yards. 72 yards, guys. Just price the stuff accordingly. If you make this, you know this is going to last longer. This doesn't last longer because the elastic right here, this elastic right here, when it comes to the cleaning, it takes out, it wears out very easily. The braided elastic knot, it can take chlorine and salt. Chlorine, and if you go to the beach, okay? When you make it with these strings, it lasts longer, guys, okay? So please, you know, if you're gonna make the dancewear, make it make sense with the price, okay? Make it why the girls would pay 40, 50, 60, 70, $100 for a particular item, right? Why? All right. So guys, here's it lined. So there she is, and it's lined. Okay. So this is it until they reach here, right here, and it's lined to here. Okay. Now remember, I'm only doing that to show you the difference because I didn't want to use just the money print and then the line, the swimwear liner. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to show you distinctively how it look with the when you sandwich it together. Okay. All right, but it still can be a pattern if you wanted to, you know, or if you just want the knit right here, okay, and then you line from here, go right around, okay. All right, so there it is, guys. All right, and there's the back, and you can still rhinestone it coming down, okay. Thank you so much for being with me, guys. Thank you so much. You guys have been asking a lot of questions. I've been answering. So I'm gonna be doing more underwears, because I've been getting a lot more question when it comes to underwear, especially in the groups that I'm in. I think I'm in 7 or 8 groups, and you guys been asking questions. Thank you so much. Okay, so and see and guys, the band, when you put on the bands, make sure that you're using the smaller zigzag. It really look better. Okay, and if you're going to be demanding the prices that you're demanding, if you're saying 60, 70, $80, let it look the part. Wholesale people, the girls who are doing wholesale and sending them to the ladies for them to resell, please make the outfits neatly. I'm serious. Make the outfit them neatly. Okay, please and thank you. And just work on your craft. Work on your craft. There's just take your time with your sewing. Okay, if and before you start doing custom, and meaning that somebody send you something and they want you to make it, or take your time, make a mock-up first, then do it so that it can do neatly, guys. Okay, stitching, use your plates that's on your sewing machine or your serger. Okay, if you're going to do 3/8, stay at 3/8. The elastic is at 3/8, so by the time you turn, it's going to be at 3/8. Okay, but still, you want to make sure, you want to make it that it's still neat. See, when you feel it, it's just elastic at this side. Okay, all right, and there's your line. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.